BreadTuckLegacy. I don't know, man. Houston Texans versus the Baltimore Ravens. We got smacked 33-16. I don't know, man. This loss kind of felt just like the loss against Kansas City, but I don't know. You're going against the top two best teams in the AFC, but that still bothers me because we should be a top team in the AFC, and right now we got some things to work on. I will say this: in the first half, we were putting a lot of pressure on Deshaun Jackson. I think we ended the game having 3 sacks on him. We didn't just let him be as elusive as he is. And I don't know, man. It was like when they would get to the red zone, we would hold them to 3 points. But they would constantly get to the red zone. I don't think they punted today, man. It was I don't know, man, and Bill O'Brien, man, in the first half, in the first quarter or something like that, we were like 4th and 1, and we went for it, and we were on like their side of the field. I like the aggressiveness, but sometimes it could be a little too early. At that time, the score was like maybe 7-0 or something like that. It didn't, or 3-0. It really didn't have to happen because right after that, they scored. And the only time that Baltimore got in the end zone was on like major defensive plays. Like we turned the ball over or we did that fake punt, you know, because fake punt, I'm thinking about Kansas City. We did we went on it on 4th and 1 is what I'm saying. Oh, and in the last quarter of the game, Ingram just ran off of somebody's hip into the end zone on 4th down. Talk about being aggressive. I don't know, man. Offense, I feel like we were a little stale. Brandon Cook came to play. He was really getting the passes that D-Hop would have gotten. I think Brandon Cook might be our #1 receiver. But that's based off of 2 games. In the first game, he really didn't show up like that. And speaking of not showing up, man, if anybody sees Will Fuller, tell him we need him. You know, Cobb had a few decent catches, man, got a few first downs. David Johnson, he's he's not looking too bad out there, man. You just want to make sure he's healthy and he keeps this up. Our defense was getting our defense was making some plays, but then again, Baltimore didn't punt, so were we really making plays? But anywho, man, I don't know, man. At the half, it was 20-10. You know, we had a shot, and then, you know, came back afterwards. The things just kind of went where they went. But I will say this. Oh, and also, man, I think O'Brien, man, once the game kind of got out of reach, I feel like we should have took Deshaun Watson out, but he ends up taking another sack. We don't want to put him in harm's way like that, man. So, I don't know, man. I think after last season, after the playoff exit, I said that we should move on from Bill O'Brien, and I'm just looking, and you know, these games are very telling. These first 2 games are very telling, because when you talk about the top quarterbacks in the AFC, it's Watson, but they still have him lower than Lamar Jackson and Mahomes. And I think that, I'm going to be honest with you, I think Watson is better than Deshaun Jackson. And I don't see too much of a difference between him and Mahomes, but the difference between those two and my guy is coaching. It's coaching. It's evident. It's evident. So if we see this now, man, I think it's time to let's not waste these Watson years, man. Let's get something out of it, man. Because you got one guy who's a Super Bowl champion and an MVP. Then you got one guy who's an MVP. And my guy doesn't have, you know, that. but he's finding ways to win in spite of coaching. So we need to fix that. But anyway, man, y'all know what it is. Bread Tuck Rap, Bread Tuck Legacy, man. We play the Steelers next week. Let's just get a win, man. I believe my guy is going to get in the playoffs. He's going to get us into the playoffs. We're probably going to win the division because I've seen my guy win before in spite of. We were like 2 seasons ago, we were 0-3 and then went to win 9 straight. So we going to be all right. I ain't tripping. As long as number 4 out there, we going to be all right. And that's just what it is. I'll see y'all next week, man. Bread Tuck Legacy.